There you are. Sorry I took your suit. Actually, turns out it was exactly the sort of tough love moment you needed to urge you on. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Let's just say it was.
Mr.
Screwed the
Stark,
booch hard on this one, yeah. But then you did the right thing. Took the dog to the free clinic, you raised the hybrid puppies. Alright, not my best analogy. My point is, I was wrong about you. I think with enough mentoring, you could be a real asset to the team.
To the team?
Yeah, anyway. There are about 50 reporters behind that door. Real ones, not bloggers. When you're ready, why don't you try that on? And I'll introduce the world to the newest official member of the Avengers. Spider-Man. So after the press conference, Jarvis will show you to your room, your new quarters. Where is he between? Next to Vision?
Yes. Vision is not big on doors.
It's fun. You'll fit right in.
Sometimes, to do what's right, we have to be steady and give up the thing we want the most, even our dreams.
Thank you, Mr. Stark, but I'm good.
You're good. Good how?
I'd rather just stay on the ground. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and all that.
Somehow I thought you'd say that. I'll have Happy drive you home.
Thank you, Mr. Stark. That was just a test, right? There aren't really a bunch of reporters behind that door, are there?
Yes. And you passed. Alright, skedaddle there, young buck.
Thank you, Mr. Stark. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll never understand how Taylor Lautner was able to make that look so easy. Aunt May, are you home? So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed checking out the official reveal of my websuit, a.k.a. Avengers Campus Suit, the a.k.a. Disneyland Paris suit, I suppose, depending on who you ask. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I went with colored fabric, more or less, with it. The blue is just printed onto a white spandex, and that's because of this black emblem here. I didn't get it, embossed or like a urethane on it or anything. So in events like that, print costume will normally just print onto the cheaper white spandex. That's on me. I completely forgot about that. So that's a bit of a bummer, because that means that the blue sections do bleed a little bit, which means you get some of that whitening when you stretch in certain areas. But otherwise, it looks really good. But that back emblem's a little bit complicated to maybe even top stitch, so it's kind of like either you have to pay to have the emblem sort of printed on, or you that's what's going to happen. So the red is on the red. The downside is I didn't realize this pattern had shading on it. So you see these black sections are kind of turn out gray in some of the areas. That's kind of why, because if there's any sort of sheen to the black parts on your pattern, they're going to just bleed. They're just going to turn out red, or they're going to be like faded, if that makes sense. So yeah, so a lot of the black panel sections, even, you know, you can see it on the boots too, are sort of like a reddish black color. Like they look kind of, you know, faded. The black isn't very saturated, and that is why. That is also why I got this front urethane emblem from T-Jack and glued it down. It turned out pretty good, all things considered, given, you know, the thin parts. This is not the easiest emblem to glue down, though I guess no emblem is. Like I said, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I took a gamble. I had no idea whether his emblem would match this gunhead pattern or not. I just was like, well, I really don't like the way this emblem looks because it's so saturated, like desaturated, that I was like, I need to at least have the centerpiece covered. And once I covered the centerpiece, I was like, well, I might as well give the legs a shot. Like I said, it turned out pretty good, so I'm happy with it. And overall, I can deal with the desaturation on the other black banding parts, but yeah, this part was driving me nuts, so I did put this on here. The web shooters are functional web shooters. They're just empty, so they don't function, but they are supposed to be functional. I got them from Ironman Chaos, I believe, and I basically dismantled them and then formed them into this. This is a cheap urethane one that I had lying around from a buddy of mine, so I just, you know, dismembered it and everything to make it work. Unfortunately, I can't put the web shooters on myself because they use hook and loop, which, if you don't know or haven't been around the channel, is the mortal enemy of any Spidey cosplayer. So unfortunately, these I can't get on myself. I actually did pop a seam even right down here, just trying to zip up the arm, which is weird. It got snagged, so I am gonna have to probably patch that in the future. For the soles, I went with movies because I thought they kind of matched the aesthetic of the Homecoming suit pretty well, and I didn't really want to install shoes myself. So my whole goal with the suit was to make something that looked nice but was made on the cheap. So I reused as many things as I possibly could. Like I said before, that includes the web shooters for the most part, as well as my lenses. I had ordered a PS4 face shell and lenses a couple of years ago, and these lenses weren't great. They were kind of they just weren't great. So I refinished them, took out the white mesh, and put this chrome film, which is just from one of those like chrome Halloween masks you can buy, and glued it in, and then glued it onto this suit. Simple as that. So the web cartridges are removable, as you saw. I added magnets to the bottom that keeps them in place, so that way when you're jumping around or something, they're not falling out. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the suit. Because it is made with the cheaper, thinner spandex, however, it does pucker a lot. You might have seen on my hands, they are a little bit puckered. That is why I added these urethane fingertips from T-Jack to just kind of to do my best to keep that low on the fingertips, because you're constantly touching things, and if I'm going to be doing events and things, I just wanted to protect the fingertips from that puffing as much as I possibly could. Unfortunately, the rest of the suit, you can only protect it so much, which is one of those drawbacks of using the colored fabrics or you know, the cheap standard print costume fabric. It is one of those give and takes things. Like I said, because I only plan on wearing this for paid events or charity events, I'm willing to sort of take that risk. It already does have a little bit of puffball, you know, spots on it, but nothing that's crazy noticeable or anything. So yeah, I do, like I said, I pretty much only wear it for that. I've worn it for one other video here on the channel, but other than that, that's strictly what this suit is for. So for me, like I said, I was trying to do something cheaper, so that way if it gets wrecked, not a big deal, I can easily replace it. So yeah, that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed checking out this suit reveal. It was a ton of work. It took me 3 days of shooting and a whole lot of editing. Editing I've never even tried before. So yeah, I hope you dug this. It's definitely my most complicated and extensive video so far, even more so than my suit showcase, which took me a week to shoot, but it was a lot simpler. Before I end this video, I did want to shout out a few people who made this video even possible in the first place. First, I got to give props to Discordia Cosplay for being our in-suit actor for Ironman, as well as Alys for being the voice of Ironman. Both of their socials will be linked down below if you want to check them out. I also really quick need to thank Heather Leah Cameron, who played our lovely Aunt May for this video. I would have thanked her properly in the recording, but she wasn't a part of the project at the time of recording. Okay, back to my thank you speech. I also want to thank Alys Belyn Cosplay for helping with just the camera work and suiting actors and all that sort of stuff. So she will also be linked down below. And I also need to thank Studio Osky here in Iowa for letting us shoot there for 2 whole days in their vintage hospital library. So that was very awesome of them. If you're here in Iowa, maybe check out one of their events. It's cool. It's a very cool place. So very grateful that we got to shoot this here. And a very, very big thank you to you guys for checking out the video. And yeah. It's crazy. I finally got to this portion of the video and I don't even know what to say anymore. What am I doing? Subscribe, you know. What am I doing? How do I end the video like this? I don't even know. Like I said, maybe hit the subscribe button. I know saying these things doesn't necessarily influence you to click these things. My dog is crying out there. Just help me out. Help me out. I don't know how to end the video. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed checking it out. Like I said, big thanks to everybody who made this video even possible. Honestly, I wasn't even sure I was gonna be able to put this thing together. It kind of seemed way bigger than what I was capable of doing, to be honest with you. If you want to see more of the suit review videos, like I said, you maybe hit the button. Otherwise, here's a couple other videos, including a suit reveal video. Yeah, that's the last one I did. So, you know, if you haven't seen it, maybe check that one out. Yeah. See you guys later.